This graph in the upper left here does not look anything like any type of function we have studied this semester. So we will say none of the above, none of the choices are appropriate. This is not a kind of equation that we know how to find the formula of. Okay, now this last one, maybe if I make a table of values, we might be able to recognize what function this is. So when x is 1, y is 0. And when x is 3, y is 1. So, and this graph has the general shape of the logarithmic function. It's got the domain from 0 to infinity and the range from -infinity to infinity. So it's got the general shape of the log function, and it appears that I only have 2 good points to work with. So remembering that the log function is the reciprocal, not the reciprocal, the inverse of the exponential function. So if I did the inverse of the function given here, I would have x, y, and I would have 0, 1, and 1, 3, right? Replace the x's with y's and y's with x's. And I'd be looking for an exponential function. So what I would need, a times b to the x, a is my y-intercept, and b is the number you multiply by to get from term to term, from y value to y value. So it will be times 3 to the x. So the exponential function would be y equals 3 to the x. So the inverse of this guy would be log base 3. Right? So if I were to write this as a log equation, it would say that log base 3 of y equals x. And then the last step of finding an inverse is make the x's y's and the y's x's. So I would get log base 3 of x equals y.